has its logo printed on a skyscraper in New York or London. The true elite will never trust them with their money. The middle class and everyday millionaires keep their wealth in commercial banks, places like Chase, SPC, or Deutsche Bank. They believe that a massive building with a famous logo means safety. But to the old money dynasties, billionaires, and royal families, these public institutions are nothing more than transparent glass boxes. They are heavily regulated, completely visible to governments, and highly vulnerable to economic collapses. The real rulers of the global financial system keep their billions where the sun never shines. In private banks that have existed for 250 years, without a single public advertisement, in mountain vaults carved deep into the Swiss Alps, designed to survive nuclear war and global revolution. In this video, we unlock the secret banking system of the 0.1%. We reveal the hidden institutions of old money and the unspoken rules of how the ultra-rich make their fortunes completely untraceable. The banks with no names. Walk down the Rue de la Corraterie in Geneva, and you will pass by buildings that look like historic residences or private libraries. You won't see a single neon sign or a flashing screen. Yet behind these stone walls lies more wealth than the gross domestic product of entire nations. Welcome to the world of elite Swiss private merchant banks. Institutions like Pictet, Lombard Odier, or Mirabaud. These banks don't want retail customers. In fact, you cannot simply walk in and open an account. To even get an appointment, you usually need a personal introduction from an existing client and a minimum net worth of $10 to $25 million just to start the conversation. But why do billionaires pay massive fees to these quiet institutions? Because of a legendary principle called unlimited liability. In many of these traditional partnership banks, the owners stake their own personal family fortunes on the safety of the bank. If the bank fails, the owners lose everything. This creates a level of trust that no corporate Wall Street bank can ever offer. While corporate CEOs take massive risks for short-term bonuses, the private bankers of the elite think in centuries. They don't care about the next quarter. They care about the next 3 generations. The Alpine Fortresses of Capital. But what happens when a global crisis hits? Where does the physical gold, the priceless art, and the digital reserve keys of the elite actually go? They go deep into the Swiss Alps. Hidden inside former military bunkers built during World War II and the Cold War lies a network of hyper-secure, private underground vaults. Places like the Swiss Data Fortress or the high-security bunkers of Uri. These are not standard bank vaults. These are independent underground kingdoms carved into hundreds of meters of solid granite. To access these vaults, clients must pass through multiple biometric scanners, iris identification, and bulletproof airlocks. The facilities are completely electromagnetic pulse-proof, nuclear blast resistant, and operate on independent air and water filtration systems. The most fascinating part? These mountain vaults are often located entirely outside the traditional banking system. They operate as high-security storage facilities, meaning they are completely immune to banking regulations, asset freezes, or government confiscations. If the global financial system goes up in flames tomorrow, the wealth inside these mountains remains untouched. It is the ultimate physical blind spot of global wealth. The law of the irrevocable trust. But hiding physical gold is only half the battle. The true mastery lies in hiding the ownership itself. This is executed through the absolute legal weapon of the ultra-rich, the irrevocable trust. When an old money family wants to shield their wealth from taxes, lawsuits, or divorces, they don't just put it in a different bank account. They legally give it away to an invisible entity. Under an irrevocable trust structure, the billionaire technically no longer owns the wealth. If a judge, a government, or an ex-spouse asks them, "Is this asset yours?" they can look them in the eye and legally say, "No, I own nothing." Yet, the trust is managed by their private Swiss lawyers, and the payouts are directed back to their children and grandchildren. This creates an unbreakable legal paradox. You cannot tax what nobody legally owns. You cannot confiscate an asset that has no human name attached to it. While the middle class registers cars, houses, and businesses to their personal names, leaving a perfect paper trail for the system, the 0.1% control the world through a ghost network of trustees. They understand the golden rule of absolute power. Own nothing. Control everything. The psychology of invisible capital. The masses believe that wealth is created to be spent and displayed. They think the point of having billions is to flash jewelry, tour mega mansions, and see their names on a public Forbes list. But the true elite view capital through a completely different lens. To them, capital is an instrument of pure autonomy and sovereign power. And true power requires absolute silence. Loud luxury and commercial banking are designed to make the middle class feel important, while keeping them entirely transparent to the system. Stealth banking is designed to keep the elite invisible, while keeping them in absolute control. They don't need the world to know they are rich. They only need the system to work in their shadow. The next time you see a public figure claiming they only live on a modest salary, look closer. The real money on this planet doesn't leave a paper trail. It moves silently through unbranded doors and rests deep inside granite mountains. Because the highest status of wealth is not luxury. It is total invisibility. If you want to decode the hidden systems of the global elite and master the mindset of true financial power, subscribe to this channel right now. Leave a comment below. If you had to hide a massive fortune, would you trust a Swiss mountain bunker or digital assets? We will see you in the next video. Stay focused.